Hello, my name is Frederick Hurt. Yes, my name is Frederick Hurt, and I am an employee at Lazloe's grocery store. I have been an employee there for, I would say, about 5 years going on now, and I very much enjoy the work I do over at Lazloe's. I am a customer service representative, which means that my duties include, but are not limited to, helping out the customers in dealing with customer issues that may arise during the work day. If a customer comes to me and needs something taken care of, if their experience at Lazloe's is anything less than stellar, I sit down with them and I try to make it feel like a win for them. I try to make it feel like a good experience. And my duties include many things, but most of all, I believe that I deal with the customers, and I try to make each and every experience at Lazloe's the best experience that can be. Well, I believe I am good at my job, and I enjoy doing my job because I believe in myself, and I believe in the work that I do over at Lazloe's, and I'm very grateful to Mr. Lazloe for giving me this opportunity to work here at this wonderful company and to be able to do the work that I do, that is fulfilling to me so much. And well, well, as you can see, I'm not wearing a belt here because in fact I feel as though I'm well liked around the store, because in fact some of the employees have taken very much to calling me No Belt Fred, because I do not wear a belt. I can't wear a belt, but it's not so much a style choice, you see, is I simply have recurring urinary tract issues, and so I have to get in there and go. Well, let me just tell you a quick little story here about why I believe I'm a good employee at Lazloe's. The other day, for example, a man came up to me. A man was having he had himself a bad experience over at the grocery, and he had gone home and he had opened his little 12 carton of eggs, and one of them was broken, or one of them was missing, or something or another. And he was just pitching a fit. He couldn't seem to make himself feel okay about the situation he had with the eggs there. And he was just spouting maddening things to me, and things that quite frankly hurt my feelings. And I was not feeling very good about this man at this time. And he was just yelling and raving, and I wanted to say to this man, I want to say, well, you should have checked the carton of eggs before you got it. Okay, I mean, obviously, Lazloe's was we messed up in the sense that there was an egg missing from the batch, but he should have checked just go ahead and check the carton there. And that's what I wanted to say to him, and I just wanted to be, I wanted to spit back at him a little bit, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I just I took what he was saying, and I was calm and cool about it, and I was collected about it, and I tried to make it feel like a win for me. And anyway, I went home that day. Right, I wasn't feeling too good about it. Normally I enjoy the work that I do and the people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis. But I went home, and I was sitting there in my apartment. I was just feeling so down about that situation this man had with the eggs, and I was just feeling so mad and confused, mostly I'd say, and so I wasn't feeling too great to begin with, just bodily things, and I decided to go on down to the casinos, and something I like to do if I'm not having. If I'm having a bad day, I'd go down there and just do, play some games and things. And so I walked out of my apartment, and I stepped outside, and I cut across the grass there and to get to my car so that I could drive on down to the casinos. And as I was walking across the grass there, I felt just the tiniest little squish. And boy, I was having a bad day at this point in time. Okay, but I looked at the bottom of my shoe there, and it turns out I had stepped on just the smallest little frog you've ever seen. It was just the smallest little Snickers bite-sized little frog you've ever seen there. And I was just, that something. When you're having a bad day, it's just something like that's just going to send you on in a bad way. And I was just, I just couldn't believe I had done that, and I was just thinking, boy, I can't help but just mess things up, and so I was driving down to the casinos, and I was feeling real bad about it, and I got the feeling, about how I these were just strange thoughts, like I owed the frogs or something. Like I'd taken one frog, I need to give it back somehow or something. And I was sitting, anyway, I was sitting there at the, casino at the games table, and I was playing the game, and I got to winning some money, and I was feeling pretty good about like maybe my luck had changed, and so I sat down there, and I was winning some money, and I was feeling pretty good about it, and I got to thinking about this frogs, and I got to thinking, well, what I can do is I can take this money, and I can simply buy a frog and replace the one that I had taken, or something to that effect, or so, and I got to, then I remembered, you can't just simply, you got to make a frog somehow or another, and I got to thinking about these little kits that you can buy, these little tadpole kits or something or another, and I got to thinking, well, I'll just buy one of these and raise up the frog, and that'd be a good little pet hobby for me, and give me something to do, and I didn't. I'm sorry about this. I didn't know what to do, and I just, I was winning some money. I didn't know how much these things were, and as they always do. I just kept on playing, and I just kept going at it, and I thought I could just keep on winning. And of course, I lost all my money there, and well, that's just I was up one moment, down the next moment, and I left, and I didn't have any more money that I could spend there, which is probably a good thing. But anyway, I was just on that drive home, with all that had happened in the day, and my experience with this man, and I was just feeling so bad about it, and so bad about my job even, which is something I never felt bad about sometimes, and so I got to think about I got to think about why I'm proud of the work I do over at Lazloe's. Okay, because what I wanted to say was you should have checked it you should have checked the cart in there. You should have simply checked it there. But I wanted to yell things back at this man that was yelling at me, but I didn't do that. I stayed cool and collect, and I tried to make it feel like a winning situation for him, even if it. Even if it was a bad situation, I tried to make it feel like a good situation for him, and I was proud of myself for doing that, because spitting back at him wasn't going to make him feel any better about his carton of eggs there, and so I got to feeling proud of myself for the way I handled that, and I felt good about myself, and I started to feel pretty good about it, and then I got to thinking about the frog situation, and I got to thinking, well, I can just set aside a little bit of money here and there and get some tadpole, kits or whatnot, and just raise up the frog and let it go there, and so I was feeling pretty good, and with this frog thing, my first inclination was to just get some tadpoles and just drop them into a fish bowl of some kind. But then I got to think, well, what's going to happen to them when they turn into frogs? They're not going to be able to they're just going to be flopping around in the water, and they're not going to be able to get out. And that was just, that was just it's just the saddest thought you can possibly think, because these frogs, they don't even know what it is yet. They don't, you know what I mean? And so they're just going to drown in the water there. And I was thinking, then I got to thinking about these kits. They have these kits that come with these, I guess, these little habitats for them, and they have these little ramps. Okay, that when the tadpole turns into a frog, it can just simply walk up the ramp and out into just get play in whatever little situation they have set up for them. And I got to thinking, and I was feeling pretty good about it, and I got to thinking, well, isn't that just the way it works? You gotta get a little bit of help sometimes, and somebody's got to put that ramp there for you so that you can get up out of a situation that you're not prepared for. And I try to do that at Lazloe's, and I got to feeling real good about myself and feeling real good about my job. And once again, I'm very thankful to Mr. Lazloe for giving me this opportunity to work over there. And I love the work that I do, and I just Mr. Lazloe was been so nice to me, and he in fact that once he shook my hand, and he told me he was very, very glad that I was with the company, and that just meant the world to me that he would do that, and I love the work that I do, and I love working over at Lazloe's. That's right. Well, my name is Frederick Allen Hurt, and I put the Hurt on customer service.